There was a couple of chances this game, like many of the others, where within a bucket of possession here.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before I finish.
Yeah.
You subscribe to my pod?
Do I subscribe to you? I do not subscribe.
So you can't interview me then. No
Okay,
disrespect.
Well, Jamal is here.
You subscribe? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The blatant disrespect from Milwaukee Bucks point guard Patrick Beverly was apparent to well-respected producer Malinda Adams. We'll play more, then discuss.
Again, there were a couple times within a bucket or two. In previous games, y'all have been able to kind of get over that hump, or maybe.
Got my face, please? Yeah, thanks.
Was it anything they did in particular, or was it just one of those where the bucket didn't go down, there wasn't the stop, they made one? What kind of prevented that you all from being able to get over, kind of like you have in the past?
You'll move that mic, please, or just get out the circle, please, for me, please, ma'am. If you're not subscribed to my pod, I appreciate it. Thank you.
A pathetic display from Beverly, who's 35, demanding a free press sub to his own media. Otherwise, they face his retribution in the form of kicking out said media member. It's ridiculous. Let's also not forget Beverly throwing a basketball at a fan when the game was well out of reach.
Have a ton of energy. They have shooting. It's a good team we're playing, and we respect them. How you doing today? Thank you. Let's be great humans first. I'm well, too. Thank you for asking.
As we know, Beverly has a history that is well documented on his latest escapade.
I can't believe he did that. I just can't believe he did that. I've known Patrick Beverly for years. I love the brother. It's inexcusable. It's indefensible.
How many subscribers he's about to lose now? Guess how many fans he's about to lose now that he once had? You just can't do those type of things, man. And when it comes down to it, I had a lot of respect for Patrick Beverly. He always been 100 when I seen him face to face. But at the end of the day, when you become to that point where you think you're above everybody else, you could miss me with all that. I'm cool on it.
NBA media had their say, but I think the best analysis came here.
It's irrelevant that her question was not answered. Patrick Beverly's free to say, I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to address you. I won't even look at you.
From Amin Al-Hassan.
What he does not have the power to do is eject someone from that space. And that's why I said, because during the break, Jeremy said, someone should have been like, hey, you know what? Let me hold your mic and I'll ask the question and you'll get your answer. And I said, no. We don't have to do this in a kind of passive-aggressive way. What Patrick Beverly is actually searching for in that moment is friction. To someone say, hey, man, just shut up and answer the question. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, all he's doing is promoting his podcast. As others have pointed out, he's done this all season long to local reporters. If you don't subscribe to my podcast, I will not answer your question. And that's fine. That's his prerogative. What he does not have is the power to eject someone who hasn't done anything wrong. And if I'm ESPN, I'm having a very strong conversation with not only Director of Communications for the Milwaukee Bucks, but also at the league office, that we are a rights holder. Our reporter did nothing wrong, and this guy ejected her from the scrum. Who is he?
Kudos to him and Lebatard Show for having this convo because he is spot on. A few thoughts. First, we start with this. Adams is a mainstay in the industry, and she would tweet, I want to thank everyone for their kind words and support. I'm humbled. Pat Bev called me and apologized. I appreciate it and accept it. The Bucks also reached out to apologize. I've been in the news business for over 40 years, and kindness and grace always wins. Paulie Pabst, who many know of for his time with the Dan Patrick Show, would tweet this. Some real immediate fallout for Pat Bev. He's been a network playoff analyst with ESPN and others. After the incident with the ESPN producer, that career option may cool quickly, at least short term. So to review, Beverly had an abysmal game. He shot 3 of 11 from the field. He attempted to chuck a basketball at a male fan, but missed and struck a woman, hit her in the head, then asked for the ball back in an embarrassing display. His team got bounced from the playoffs, and he told a female producer who has been with ESPN for some time and been in media for even longer, that she is not allowed to be a part of the media scrum because she does not subscribe to his podcast. In essence, policing the media and telling them, you have no right to even be in my presence if you don't give me money to support my own medium. That is preposterous. And the reason Pat Bev is apologizing, because he's pulled this previously, as I'm about to show you, is because it was on a national level. Locally, according to Jack Maloney, it's same old, same old. This is nothing new. Beverly has refused to talk to any of us in Milwaukee who do not subscribe to his podcast since he arrived at the trade deadline. Ridiculous. From awful announcing. Denying access to reporters just on the basis of, do you subscribe to my podcast, is a curious choice, especially when that extends to not even allowing Adams to stand nearby and record his answers to another reporter. And Beverly's decision to do that here has been widely blasted. And for all his comments about how he's not in line waiting for a media role, he sure seems to be trying to land one. But his actions here aren't going to help with that. For the Win has more. His peers don't even take him seriously. I'm actually unsure if his teammates do. Russell Westbrook told us years back his game isn't serious. That's been his reputation for years. The writer would say, I don't mean to be harsh, but this is the dude demanding that you actively subscribe to his podcast before speaking with him. The math ain't mathin'. Longtime media member and former ESPN man Arash Markazi would tweet, it's hard to find someone more loved and respected at ESPN than Malinda Adams. The only positive that comes from this is more people know who she is. That's true. Pat Bev should apologize and try to live by the words in Malinda's bio. Kindness counts, work hard, have good manners. Pat Bev would catch flack also in the 2020 bubble after comments he made during a players' union meeting towards executive director Michelle Roberts. Veteran media man Chris Haynes would report Beverly got into the disagreement with Roberts about the financial ramifications of leaving said bubble. From Haynes' report, while she was going over the numbers, Pat Bev interrupted her, saying he disagreed. Roberts kindly reiterated these were potential losses the players would suffer, and Pat Bev would interrupt again. Roberts asked politely if she could continue with her points, and Pat Bev said, no, I pay your salary, according to Haynes' sources. This caused an uproar with many veterans who intervened and told Beverly that disrespect wouldn't be tolerated. He would later brush it off. Via Basketball Reference, Beverly is not signed on for another year with the Bucks, making him a free agent. I end with this, and I double down on this. The reason we are seeing Pat Bev apologize, and the reason he is not only backtracking, but seeing this be nearly front page news, is because it was on a national level. Local media have been dealing with this since he came over to the trade deadline, and they have tried, the franchise, to build another championship caliber team. Didn't happen with Giannis Antetokounmpo being out in the series, which they lost against the Pacers. Chris Middleton hasn't been 100% healthy. Damian Lillard hasn't either. It has been pretty disappointing. But the bigger disappointment in all of this is Patrick Beverly.